Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Manning. I'm the principal of Morristown High School, and I'm thrilled to welcome everyone to tonight's recognition of our graduating class of 2023. Can we give them a hand, please? I'd like to take this time to introduce the following people seated on the dais behind me. When I call your name, please stand. Dr. Ann Mucci, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Thomas Ficara, former Superintendent of Schools. Mrs. Melissa Spiota, Board of Education President, and the rest of the Board of Education. Morristown Mayor, Mr. Timothy Daugherty. Morris Plains Mayor, Mr. Jason Carr. Morris Township Mayor, Mr. Mark Jorfy. Morris School District Principals. Central Office Administrators. And my amazing team, the Morristown High School administrative staff. Senior class advisors, Ms. Alejandra Formosa and Ms. Alyssa Stein. At this time, please welcome Mrs. Melissa Spiota to the podium to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mrs. Spiota. At this time, please welcome to the microphone Alyssa Maria Manning and Isabel Laura Manning to lead us in the national anthem, accompanied by the Morristown High School Concert Band. My apologies, Alisa Marie Manning. Thank you, Alisa and Isabel. At this time, please direct your attention to the MHS Senior Choir members and the Morristown High School Concert Band as they lead us in the alma mater. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and the Morristown High School Choir and Concert Band. At this time, I'd like to call up Lucas Parisi Ha, Student Government President.
Good evening, students, teachers, family, and friends. Thank you all for showing your support for the class of 2023. I'd like to thank everyone who helped me graduate and succeed in high school. Thank you to my parents, my sister, and most importantly, my friends. In my 2 minutes of fame, I'd like to ask the crowd one question. What is your favorite moment from high school? For most people, the answer comes easily. Prom, homecoming, the football games. But as I thought about the question more, it occurred to me that whenever I had a good time in high school, it was never because of what I was doing. Some of my favorite memories were created in the most boring environments, surrounded by my friends, holding in our laughs until our faces were red and we couldn't breathe anymore. Here's an example. This year, I played trumpet in the pit orchestra for a spring musical. I'd spend 4 or 5 hours in the auditorium every day after school for 7 hours. Some days, the pit would play for 30 minutes and sit in silence for the next. Some days, we get screamed at for 2 hours and then sit in silence for the next 3 hours. We were not supposed to talk, go on our phones, or apparently have any sort of fun. Fortunately, I was surrounded by some of my best friends, and we were able to make the most out of the situation. We found joy in each other's company, laughing and sharing stories, defying the restrictions placed upon us. These memories, forged in the most ordinary of circumstances, remain some of my most cherished. One day during those 2 weeks, my wonderful girlfriend asked me, "Do you want to hang out tonight?" To me, the answer was obvious, no. I planned on playing video games with my friends that night, the same friends who were in the pit. She told me, "So you spend all day with your friends and you go home just to spend more time with them?" I laughed and I said yes, and of course she was frustrated with me, but I couldn't help it. Friends are what make life worth living. They're the people who bring joy into our lives. It doesn't matter what you're doing, going out to try new foods, playing video games, or just sitting around and doing nothing. The presence of friends adds meaning to our lives. So as we move forward from this chapter of our lives, my message to each and every one of you, students and teachers alike, young and old, is to cherish and nurture your friendships. Life is more than school, more than work, and more than making money. It is about the moments we share with those who bring us joy and support us unconditionally. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Thank you, Lucas. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Mucci, honored guests, parents, faculty, and most significantly, the Morristown High School class of 2023, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you this evening. Tonight, we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in the lives of these 463 young adults, the culmination of years of dedication, perseverance, and hard work. And we proudly send them forth to the next chapter of their lives. As principal of this amazing high school, it is with great pride and humility that I stand before you tonight to deliver a graduation speech on a theme that resonates deeply with each of us, and a quality that I have seen in many of you who are graduating this evening, and a quality that we as a society need now more than ever, and that is the quality of courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the strength to face it head on. It is the inner fire that propels us forward, even when the path seems uncertain. It is what has brought you to this very moment, where you stand on the precipice of new beginnings, armed with knowledge, skills, and an indomitable spirit. Each of you demonstrated courage throughout the pandemic. the courage to persevere with your studies, and ultimately, the courage to return to school. I have witnessed individuals in this class demonstrate courage by standing up to bullies, speaking truth to power, applying to reach colleges, taking AP classes, and even asking a reach date to the prom. Throughout your educational journey, you have encountered countless challenges. Each of you has wrestled with complex concepts in your classes, stayed up late nights studying for exams and writing essays, and pushed the boundaries of your comfort zones. But through it all, you have displayed courage. The courage to dream, the courage to try, and the courage to persist. Each one of you has a unique story of courage to share. Perhaps it was the courage to pursue your passions despite societal expectations. It might have been the courage to stand up for what you believe in, even when it was easier to remain silent. Or maybe it was the courage to overcome personal hardships, setbacks, or failures, emerging stronger and more resilient. We live in a world that is constantly evolving, a world that will demand courage from you. The challenges we face are not merely academic or professional. They extend far beyond the confines of our classrooms. We face environmental crises, social injustices, and technological advancements that require us to summon our collective courage to navigate the uncertain waters ahead. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, I urge you to carry the flame of courage with you. Let it guide your decisions, fuel your dreams, and empower you to make positive impacts on the world around you. Embrace the unknown with open arms, for it is through the unknown that we discover our true strength and our potential. In the face of adversity, remember that courage is contagious. Just as you have witnessed acts of bravery within your peers, your own acts of courage can inspire those around you. Your teachers at Morristown High School exposed you to many examples of courage in your studies. Among them, John Proctor, Rosa Parks, Brian Stevenson, Marie Curie, Atticus Finch, and Malala Yousafzai. Like these examples, your courage can spark a ripple effect that reaches far beyond your immediate circle, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Be courageous in your pursuits, whether they are personal or professional. Have the courage to challenge the status quo, to question norms, and to think critically. Have the courage to embrace failure as a stepping stone to success, for it is through failure that we learn, we grow, and we innovate. But most importantly, have the courage to be true to yourselves. Follow your passions, pursue your dreams, and let your unique voice be heard. Do not be afraid to make mistakes, for it is in those moments of vulnerability that you will find your true strength. As you leave the familiar hallways of Morristown High School and step into the vast unknown, remember that you have within you the power to shape your destiny. You are equipped with knowledge, skills, and above all, the unwavering courage to face whatever lies ahead. In the words of our beloved Winnie the Pooh, always remember, you are braver than you believe, you are smarter than you seem, and you are stronger than you think. So, members of the class of 2023, it is with a mixture of tremendous pride and deep sadness that we bid you farewell, confident that you are well prepared for whatever your future holds. We wish you years of good health, happiness, and success. And remember, wherever your roads lead you, we hope that at some point they lead you back to Morristown High School. Thank you. Good luck. You will be missed. Thank you. At this time, I invite Dr. Ann Mucci, Superintendent of Schools, to the podium.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Manning, for your caring leadership and all you have done to shepherd the class of 2023 to this graduation day. It's such a pleasure to be here and celebrate with you. A high school graduation is a culmination of a hard-working partnership between home and school. Here in Morristown, it is at the core of what our graduates become: well-educated, well-rounded, empathetic young adults. A special thanks to the Board of Education, Dr. Ficara, the administration and faculty for their role in your success. Each knows that you are ready to further your education, to pursue your dreams, and if history is any guide, perhaps to return here one day to raise your own families. We have a number of Morristown High School alum in the audience today watching their children share the pride that comes with a Morristown High School diploma. Go Colonial Nation! With all of this excitement, a bit of trepidation is also normal. Cahill Gibran wrote, "It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding roads and crossing forests and villages, and in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter, there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about the disappearing into the ocean, but becoming the ocean. Throughout your high school years, you have grown and evolved, much as a river flowing to the ocean. You started your journey as a small stream, a bit hesitant and uncertain. As you traveled, you gained knowledge and experience, merged with others, forming a great force capable of shaping your own path. You've navigated obstacles, and now you are here at the mouth of the river, ready to embark on a new journey. The river can't go back. High school, with all of its memories, friendships, and lessons, will forever remain a part of your story. Class of 2023, the future lies downstream, beckoning you to explore uncharted territories, to face new challenges, and to grow into the individuals you are destined to become. On behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations and thank you for all of your contributions to our district.
Thank you, Dr. Mucci. Tonight, we celebrate the following members of our staff who will retire this year. We congratulate and thank them for their years of service to our students, and we wish them years of health and happiness in the next chapter of their journey. Christina Camisa, 23 years. Jonathan Fletcher, 23 years. Patricia House, 29 years. And Karen Jones-Williams, 33 years. I want to take a moment and also thank all of our teachers for coming tonight. Thank you, everyone. Our thanks to Ms. Scott and the choir. Thank you, Ms. Scott. And our thanks to Mr. Gallagher and the concert band. Now, this evening we have a very, very special thank you. Pam Eshman. Pam Eshman, we're going to do this, Pam. We are going to do this. Pam Eshman, this is now her 17th graduation that she has organized. Each year, it's Pam who pulls this all together. And tonight, Pam is celebrating a milestone birthday. I'm too much of a gentleman to say the year, but it's a big one. And therefore, we're going to honor you, Pam. Please stand. Please stand. Graduates, please stand. Mr. Gallagher, you ready? And a 1, and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mrs. Ashman. Happy birthday to you. Woo-hoo! Thank you. Thank you, Pam, for everything. Okay, moving along. The class of 2023 welcomes the participation of alumni from the class of 1973 in Morristown High School's 149th commencement ceremony. The inclusion of alumni has become a long-standing established tradition. The members of the class of 1973 extend their best wishes to this year's graduates and hope that the class of 2023 will cherish their memories at Morristown High School as much as they do. So therefore, we'd like to recognize these folks over here. Minna J. Ellis Blackwell. Jill Edwards. Elise Ford. Stephen McKinley. Raj Mirja. Gregory Mama. Lucia Mama. Leslie Raff. And Michael Spagnola. Can we hear it for the class of 73? At this time, I'd like to invite Aaron Daniel Andino Ferfuna. Ferrafino.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the teachers, administration, friends and family, and especially the graduating class sitting before me for electing me as their class president. Being a first-generation student, standing here at this podium tonight felt like a pipe dream to me 4 years ago. In fact, both of my parents didn't even graduate primary school. After my father completed the 3rd grade, his parents pulled him out of the classroom and put him into fields so that he could work. They needed their 7-year-old son to help support his 8 brothers and sisters. Growing up in Honduras, this is what was necessary in order to get by. After starting a family of his own, my father realized that he needed to end the cycle of generational poverty that he was in. He was determined. But what does it take to end generational struggles? What does it take to live a better life? For my father, it meant leaving his homeland in pursuit of the American dream. It meant leaving behind his wife and newborn daughter, only to be fully reunited with them 7 years later. It meant working tirelessly under the sun for 8 hours, then racing to Cluck You Chicken to work another 10, while barely seeing his own children. Now, it was kind of nice getting some sweet chili mini bites for lunch the next day. But my father's hard work taught me the determination needed in order to graduate alongside this astounding class. I believe that high school has been a manifestation of this determination, not only for me, but for all of us. While every high school class is intimidated by high school their freshman year, we stood strong in the face of unprecedented times. From trying or failing to stay awake during Google Meets, or never truly knowing what a teacher looked like because of the mask that they were wearing, the heartbreaking truth is that we were truly robbed of a full high school experience. Yet, I stand in front of 463 of my peers who got through it all. If high school has taught me one thing, it's that, as cliche as it sounds, the grind never stops. High school is just the beginning, as we will continue to face obstacles throughout our lives. This horrifying reality can often send anybody down a spiral of fear and anxiety. Yet, it is the story of Epictetus, a Greek philosopher, that has inspired me to move forward. Epictetus was enslaved for the majority of his life. He was also horribly abused throughout his enslavement. One day, his master put Epictetus' leg in a steel boot and twisted it until his leg broke. Eventually, Epictetus stood once again and asserted that you may fetter my leg, but my will, not even Zeus himself can overpower. It is this relentless and intense determination that I believe defines the class of 2023 and will continue to lead us towards success later on in our lives. You may restrain us, you may trap us in our rooms, you may rob us of a full high school experience, you may put us through generational struggles, but our will, nothing will overpower the will of the class of 2023. We are strong, we are able, we are resilient, we are brilliant, we are creative, we are trailblazers, and we have stood some of the most challenging tests that any generation will have to stand. We are the class. We are the class of determination. Now, my father sits in the crowd watching his son. Thank you. My father sits in the crowd watching his son give a speech to thousands of people. You know, it's a little awkward telling people about my father's education or the lack thereof. Yet, he has taught me and all of us an invaluable lesson, that despite the obstacles and adversity that we may face throughout our lives, our wills cannot and will not falter. As Epictetus said, not even Zeus can overpower us. And as we move on to this next phase of our lives, I know that we will continue this tradition of determination. So it is with an immense sense of pride that I say, congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Aaron. At this time, I invite our salutatorian, Jessica Marie Hessels, to the podium.
Good evening, esteemed faculty, administration, families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the incredible class of 2023. It is truly an honor to be here with all of you on this exciting day. As I was wandering around my house, perplexed with what I could possibly talk about, a different puzzle presented itself. a literal puzzle sitting on my dining room table. Lately, my dad has been really into puzzles. Some might even call him a puzzle enthusiast. This somewhat unhealthy obsession has found its way into practically every corner of our home, including where I was currently trying to brainstorm ideas. Through my many Google searches for meaningful life metaphors, I came across one that just clicked. Life is like a puzzle. You can only see the picture when you put all the pieces together. However, I don't fully agree with this, because sometimes you know exactly what the puzzle is supposed to look like right when you take it out of the box. Recently, my dad decided to challenge himself with a new puzzle, one where every single piece was black. Hopefully, we can all imagine what that's supposed to look like. However simple, this proved itself to be probably the hardest one he has ever done. Not because he couldn't see the picture at the end, but because each piece is unique. The combination of curves and sharp edges work together to create a solid black rectangle. This masterpiece even sat on display in our dining room for weeks after it was completed. Only then could I really start to see the detail and intricacy of each individual piece and appreciate how difficult it must have been to put them all together. As with any puzzle, it remains incomplete without every single piece. I'm sure that during our time here at MHS, many of us have taken on a number of roles and tried a variety of clubs, sports, and activities. Perhaps you found your passion while competing on the athletic fields, cheering from the stands, performing on the stage, or collaborating in the classroom. You may have even found yourself with different groups of people and friends, seeing where you fit best. Looking back on our 4 years at Morristown, the everyday challenges have evolved from eating lunch on the hallway floor as freshmen to fighting for a spot in the senior lot, hoping you can make it through the day without getting hit. All of the experiences you've had here shaped who you are today, and every piece plays an important role in your puzzle. Take time to acknowledge those who've helped you put those pieces together to get you to where you are today. Thank you to the teachers and coaches that have challenged us to push beyond what we thought was possible, and to the staff members who have gone out of their way to create invaluable connections. I would also like to personally thank my friends for always having my back and waking me up so I didn't miss practice, because I definitely would have. And most importantly, my mom, dad, and sisters for being my biggest fans and for their unconditional love and support day in and day out. As we're all here now, moving on to the next phase in our lives, it may feel like putting one final piece in a puzzle we've been working on for practically 13 years. Each and every one of us should take pride in the hard work and dedication it took to accomplish this moment. Wherever you may find yourself in the future, remember that your life is more than simply putting the pieces together. It's also sitting back and admiring the beauty within the struggle that it took to get there. There may be times where you think something's a perfect fit, and it's just not. But sometimes you have to try out different pieces before you can find the right one. As you leave here today, I challenge you all to crack open a new box and begin your next puzzle. Some of you may be able to picture exactly what it will look like, but for most of us, we probably have no idea. This new puzzle may be a complete blank slate, and it's okay not to know exactly how it will come together. Remember, it's not always about the big picture at the end. It's about going piece by piece, getting better every day, and putting your heart into everything that you do. Whether or not you can envision your picture from the beginning, in the end, know that it will turn out to be more complex and beautiful than you could have ever imagined. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. And now I invite our valedictorian to the podium, Zachary Andrew Derringer.
Congratulations, class of 2023. We made it. When I look at each one of you, I see so much potential. Each one of us can make the world a better place, and we must. That is why I'm here today to talk about the power of one. Yes, the power of one. The concept that we learned about in algebra, in which any number to the power of one is that number. The power of one emphasizes the importance of the individual. Each one of us is important. We each have a gift. We each have a purpose. In every action we take, each word we say, they matter, and they have consequences. What will be your purpose? How will you make the world a better place? I cannot answer those questions for you. That is for you to figure out. I only advocate that you find your purpose and remember that your actions and words matter. To each of you, be the power of one. An example that cannot be any better than this is a current senator in Congress. Don't worry, this is not a political rant. This senator faced a lot of pressure from both sides of the aisle on a sweeping bill, Build Back Better. He held the deciding vote on whether or not it would pass. In his own words, Senator Manchin said, "If I can't go back home and explain it, I cannot vote for it." His purpose was to protect his constituents, and although he could not initially explain it, he came up with an alternate bill 6 months later that he could explain. He made a decision that could impact his career, but was not afraid to voice his own opinion instead of voting along partisan lines. This is not an indication of whether or not I agree with the senator, but it shows his courage to stand up for personal beliefs. He faced a lot of pressure and was the deciding vote. Being an individual sometimes means standing alone, and whether you agree with his politics or not, we can all agree that taking a stand is honorable and deserves respect. He shows us the power of one. In closing, I want to thank all the people who helped get us to this graduation moment. These are the people who show us the power of one. They are the examples of purpose and dedication to making the lives and experiences for us full and rewarding. To the school administration, thank you for creating a safe and vibrant learning environment. Your support of the academics, arts, athletics, and clubs enriches the lives of all of us in unique ways. Thank you to our teachers for not only teaching us what we learn in the classroom, but for inspiring us to do our best. You give us your time inside and outside the classroom and model what it means to make a difference in the world through the work that you do. Thank you to our families, parents, guardians, siblings, grandparents, and other family members, and friends for your endless love and support. You show up every day in the good times and difficult ones and share with us your power of one. To the class of 2023, we have accomplished so much, and yet we still have so much more to do. All the best to each of you, and be the power of one. Congratulations.
Thank you, Zach. I ask everyone now to please draw their attention to our concert choir, who will be performing Remember Me from Coco.
To say goodbye, remember me. And have to sit and cry, or even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to each night we are apart.
That was great, guys. Our thanks to Ms. Christine Scott and our choir for that beautiful rendition of Remember Me. Dr. Mucci, please step forward. Dr. Mucci, a total of 463 members of the class of 2023 have completed 4 years of secondary education. All members of this class are in good standing, and all members have satisfied the academic standards set forth by the New Jersey Department of Education and the Morris School District. Therefore, I take great pride and pleasure in presenting the 2023 senior class to you with the recommendation that the class be graduated.
I accept your recommendation. Ms. Spiota, President of the Board of Education, will you now please accept the class of 2023?
Yes, it is with great pleasure and honor to accept the class of 2023.
Thank you both. Thank you, Dr. Mucci and Ms. Spiota. Okay. Before we present diplomas, I request that you please be considerate of the people sitting in your vicinity and the fact that hearing every name called is important to family, friends, and the graduates. We appreciate your cooperation. The first students to receive their diplomas are the platform speakers. So at this time, Zachary Andrew Derringer. Jessica Marie Hessels. Lucas Parisi Ha. I'm going to get it right. And Aaron Daniel Andino Ferrofino. Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it. Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Huh? I got it.
Bulmar Edilzar Acabal Mendez.
Michaela Blake Lattimore.
Ruth Ann Adams.
Latevi Abel Lawson Hellu.
Alyssa Elizabeth Agnelli.
John Henry Lee.
Lizzie Rubith Aguilar.
Dylan Gerard Lero.
Andrea Paola Aguilar Molina.
Lucas Gerald Layton.
Alexander Daniel Aguirre.
Diane Johanna Castro.
Jennifer Yareli Aguirre Enamorado.
Olivia J. Licardi.
Manuel Ignacio Alderete.
Alexander James Leiden.
Devin Alexander.
Jared Russell Lim.
Jacob Nicholas Alsho.
Kayla Cleata Lindsay.
Jonathan Aroni Alvarado.
Dylan Robert Lippis.
Jafet Elias Alvarado Martinez.
Robert Joseph Loglisi.
Nathaniel Alvarado Martinez.
Carlos Lopez.
Karina Gabrielle Amarista.
Margaret Elizabeth Purcell McPherson.
Mitchell Gregory Sauter.
Evan James Reckner.
Nicholas Austin Andronopoulos.
Asler J. Zuniga Castillo.
Jennifer Diana Argueta.
Georgina Elizabeth Lopez.
Bruce Douglas Argueta Medina.
Cindy Lopez.
Juan David Argueta.
Joshua Emilio Lopez Giron.
Adriana María Aristizabal.
Stephen Lopez Ramirez.
Emma Grace Armenti.
Jonathan Inestroza.
Jennifer Arredondo.
Madeline Faith Lovell-Smith.
Carol Andrea Asprilla Velasco.
Benny Gabriel Lozano.
Annabelle Elizabeth Atkins.
Gilver Eliel Lucas Castro.
Bryn Ivy Atkins.
Christian David Alaco Lucia.
Kelly Abigail Avilar.
Gregory Luis Lugo.
Joshua Avent.
Elisa Maria Manning.
Nicole Alexandra Avila Rivera.
Isabel Laura Manning.
Sophia Elise Asnar.
David Isaac Valerio.
Zion Brian Beatty.
Madison Lucia Morano.
Joseph Michael Balsamo III.
Ashley Martinez.
Mateo Baracaldo.
Elizer Sebastian Martinez.
Noah Lee Barr.
Gianna Mariela Martinez.
Cesar Emilio Barraza.
Esanya Rosemary Martinez Ramirez.
Kira Michelle Baskin.
Karis Hannah Marum.
Margaret Ann Demacali Bautista.
Catherine Grace Mastraccio.
Emmanuel Isaías Bayas Vinces.
Danny Balbino Mazariegos.
Devin Andres Bedoya.
Courtney Patricia McAllister.
Parker Joseph Bay.
James Robert McCluskey.
Maximilian Michael Bellamente.
Matthew Joseph McDonald.
Morgan Elizabeth Bellis.
Lindsay May Magadi.
Olivia Rose Balomo.
Naoko Mejia Munoz.
Ryan Elon Berman.
Mariana Medina Granada.
Franklin Ariel Berrios Aviles.
Brian Mencho.
Braden Bertolini.
Lidis Mencias Reyes.
Jacob Bertolini.
Luke James Merendino.
Jalen Kevin Black.
Dahlia Karina Michaels.
Marcus Iverson Black Taylor.
Skylar Grace Mahalik.
Zoe Brianna Blagrove.
James Riley Minchin.
Evan Patrick Bonsolet.
Desmond Dalway Minogue.
Isis Jasmine Bookhart.
Elizabeth Ashlyn Mizarek.
JJ Kate Breslin.
David Alexander Mogolan Marulanda.
Lillian May Chashong Briscoe.
Brianna Georgina Molina.
Jameer Kevin Brown.
Karen Estela Molina Perez.
Kamani Amari Bryant.
Elise Sheckler Montes.
Giovanni Vito Bucci.
Freddie Montes Hernandez.
Trey David Buckner.
Flor Montoya Perdomo.
Daniel Elliott Budner.
Melina L. Morales.
Jillian Amanda Bonacore.
Abigail Orla Moronsky.
Shannon Melody Burns.
Andrew Patrick Morris.
Philip Paul Byrne.
Henry Carl Maruz.
Emma Grace Cahill.
Jonel Santiago Munoz Sinchi.
Jillian Schuyler Kane.
Robert Joseph Murphy.
John Lincoln Calderon.
Ifa Luchi Nurs.
Lisbeth Jomaira Calle Romero.
Michael Jerome Nolan.
Stephen Leonel Calle.
John Joseph Nolan III.
Miranda Francis Campbell.
Ricardo Nolman.
Fabio Valentino Campos Sanata.
Matthew Uchi Wokoro.
Kendall Elizabeth Cantor.
Kevin Ramiro Ochoa.
Marcos Adonis Cárdenas Hachero.
Colin Robert O'Connor.
Virginia Elise Carlin.
Nolan John O'Donnell.
Ava Jean Carragher.
Ty Ben Olson.
Michaela Leua Cassidy.
Jillian Ann O'Malley.
D'Alessandro Castellanos Mujia.
Aiden Finn O'Neill.
Abel Castillo.
Salvatore Pasquale Opipari.
Hasey Joanna Castro Flores.
Leah Michelle Ordaya.
Jason Castro.
Callie Nicole Orellana.
Isabel Claire Cerny.
Ani Patricia Orellana Alvarado.
Juan Jose Cerón Badillo.
John David Otalora.
Rodrigo Josué Chamache Zuniga.
John Alexander Pabanya Patino.
Benjamin Gray Chaplick.
Dania Patricia Padilla Flores.
Christopher Abdiel Chavez Varela.
Efrain Padilla Oviedo.
Herson Besayas Chavez Gomez.
Angie Yesenia Padilla Turcios.
Juan Daniel Chavez Mejia.
Freddy Said Paz Portillo.
Elena Chernakondratenko.
Cameron James Pearson.
Jalen Kiana Chin.
Walter Stephen Perdomo Enriquez.
Abigail Chiqui.
Nayeli Carolina Perez.
Catherine Diana Chiqui Sumba.
Eddie Ryan Perez Gomez.
Allison Nicole Chung.
Karen Julicia Perez Limes.
Olivia Chowdhury.
Eberardo Alexander Perez Marroquin.
Aylin Gayton Christophon.
Charlize Rose Petrock.
Ryan Patrick Christel.
Vincent Aiden Finn.
Johan Stephen Cifuentes.
Kira Margaret Pohan.
John Douglas Cifuentes Quiroa.
Hannah Sophia Ariel Politsky.
Caitlin Emma Clark.
Pablo Edelson Portillo.
Christian Israel Clark Stokes.
Daniel Francis Procthauser.
Jack Samuel Cohen.
Judith Quile Heras.
Emma Catherine Collins.
Andrew Philip Kovotrup.
Granville Barr Conway.
Julia D'Souza Hummeyer.
Hasten Lenai Correa.
Chelsea Maria Raimundo.
John Robert Cowing.
John Robert Logan Raiz.
Avery Kiefer Craig.
Ray Matthew Ramadar.
Conrad William Crawford.
Emma Grace Ramirez.
Jessica Nayeli Cruz Lopez.
JC Danira Ramirez Aguirre.
Cadence Vivian Kernow.
Karen Yasmin Ramirez Lopez.
Hannah Eve Courier.
Christina Ann Rodding.
Darren Malcolm Dockrace.
Edwin David Rencarge.
David Anthony David. Derek Anthony David.
Hannah Aileen Reaño.
Trey Anthony Davis.
Kira Elizabeth Riley.
Arnoldo Humberto de León Cabrera.
And your middle name? Taranje Anyanda Riley Greer. This way, this way, this way.
Karen Camila de Paz Castillo.
Lucia Ripa.
Diana Michelle de Paz Lopez.
Joseph Gaynor Rivera.
Carol Dayanara de Paz Romero.
Diana Elizabeth Rivera Soler.
Nicholas James Delbini.
Finn Matthew Rogers.
Sergio Delgado Ospina.
Carlos Alberto Rodriguez Alvarado.
Grace Lowry Del Giorno.
Erica Patricia Rodriguez Cruz.
AJ Dempster.
Alexander Rodriguez.
Dante Warren DeVore.
Johnny Jairo Romero Cortez.
Jordan Matthew Dickman.
William Prisco Rosa.
Nikira Betty Dixon.
Jeffrey Charles Rosamond.
Ted Duffin.
Jillian Jane Rosenfeld.
Abigail Victoria Dunn.
Richard Theodore Rosenfeld.
Jack Michael Zakowski.
Gabriel Jacob Rosenthal.
Ryan James Epen.
Natalie Faith Rosenthal.
Paul Nicholas Eberhardt.
Emma Ann Rudd.
Luciana Valentina Echarre Blancato.
Nicole Ruiz Rios.
Theodore Henry Eck.
Allison Malaya Rush.
Gabriel Jacob Elman Level.
Clendenin James Ryan.
Steve Alejandro Encalada Ortiz.
Anna Parker Sakis.
Alisa Chloe Eng.
Corbin Sage.
Charlotte Christine Erickson.
Christopher Francis Saya.
Carolina Elizabeth Escobar Rosales.
Valeria Salazar Vidal.
Jobella Sage Esteverne.
Julissa Evangelina Salmeron Guzman.
Claudia Facchini.
Anthony Paul Sams.
Emma Fairborn.
Christian Sanchez.
Jackson Christopher Fairborn.
Jahaira Janessa Sanchez.
Adam Fanane.
Yedi Damaris Sanchez Barrias.
Alasia Fantuzzi.
Kimberly Sanchez Cabrera.
Gerardo Josué Figueroa González.
Noah Laszlo Santiago.
Ariana Grace Fermanek.
Frederick J. Saxon.
Carl Cooper Fisher.
Patrick John Scanlon.
Alexandra Rose Fitzpatrick.
Nicholas David Schachter.
Caitlin Bell Flanagan.
Madeline Elizabeth Shantz. This way, honey, this way.
Andrew Jackson Fletcher.
Katie Rose Schmidt.
Come here, sunshine.
Ronan Jacob Flynn.
Lena Ann Schneider.
Daniel Flores.
Thomas Daniel Schnipp, Jr.
Brian Christopher Foley.
Amelia Scott.
Allison Marianne Forcell.
Samuel Marcelo Scott.
Chloe Joy Frensos.
Sean Scully.
Robert David Friedland.
John Paul Seaver Gonzalez.
Cynthia Janiese Fuentes.
Benjamin Louis Sabiri.
Lisbeth Alejandra Funes Cantillano.
Sabran Senhaji Mesbahi.
Brian Lawrence Galea.
Sergio Sepulveda Villa.
Christopher Vincent Galligan.
Ryan Shen Tu.
William John Galligan.
Katrina Ingrid Shamakia.
Sarah Nancy Gallo.
Maria Lisbeth Sinchi Pabanya.
Jasmine Gamez Reyes.
Natalie Amelia Singalese.
Catherine Gang.
Madeline Ann Sisler.
Madison Ann Garcia.
Braden Rose Syverson.
Angel Gabriel Garcia.
Jared William Skelton.
Lauren Eileen Gaudioso.
Benjamin Jacob Smith.
Catherine Ann Gaynor.
Carmel Meadow Smith.
Kelsey Letizia Gervasio.
Jasmine Nicole Smith.
Aiden Raphael Gines.
Matthew Patrick Smith.
Paulo Andres Giraldo.
Melanie Victoria Smith.
Jose Petuel Giron Lopez.
Kylie Brooke Sodano.
Nicole Diana Godoy Cifuentes. Good job.
Nerland Solage.
Samantha Rose Golub.
Jacob Samuel Somer.
Anna Juliet Gonzalez Portillo.
Emilia Magali Sosa.
Aaron Samuel Goodman.
Dominic Porter Cernensky.
Noah Maxwell Goodman.
Quenisha Lovell St. Agatha.
Ben Leor Goraway.
Trey William Stahl.
Gerson Gustavo Grau Ramirez.
Josephine Lauren Stefko.
Ashley Mary Gregor.
Clara May Stenick.
Jacob Michael Gringari.
Abigail Louise Studer.
Christian Omar Gutierrez.
Eric Stephen Socala.
Vicente Adrian Gutierrez Diaz.
Eleni Beth Sulkin.
Angelisa Gutierrez Murillo.
Matthew Connolly Sullivan.
Sophia J. Hallis.
John Kenny Sumba Guillen.
Eben Brown Haskell.
Khalid Theodore Sutherland.
Caitlin Simone Hassan.
Emma Virginia Sweeney.
Maya Grace Haney.
Mary Jane Eileen Swift.
John Robert Hebert.
Esther Aiden Tonelli.
Ethan John Heinzone.
Anna Sophia Tarzanin.
Nicholas Matthew Heinzone.
Sarah Ehab Thabit.
Jasmine Enriquez.
Sean Thacker. Milani Lee Thorpe Simpson.
Alejandro J. Enriquez Garcia.
Kendall Ann Tierney.
Julie Angelina Herbert.
Carmine Francis Tonero.
Ana Rosa Herreras Guifarro.
Cynthia Joanna Torres.
Janet Taylor Hill.
Ermilo Alfonso Torres.
Elizabeth Glenn Holden.
Jose Erasmo Torres.
Anna Rose Hung.
Marbeth Noemi Torres Lopez.
Zachary Ryan Hoover.
Yvonne Elizabeth Sen.
Elise Callagher Humbert.
Rachel Lynn Unger.
Aiden Harrison Heyer.
Angie Johanna Urbina Figueroa.
Ixel Gabriela Inestrosa Santos.
Myra Iruchima.
Benjamin Richard Islip.
Nicole Carolyn Valencia.
Grace Ann Jablonski.
Lucy May Valenti.
Adam Donnie Jane.
Angel Valenzuela Flores.
Kelsey Amelia Jenkins.
Kayla May Valiosic.
Dylan Andres Jimenez.
Cricket Sydney Vanderplug.
Gerson Alexander Jimenez Avila.
Jose Amilcar Vasquez Enamorado.
Kevin Jimenez Mendez.
Danny Osvaldo Vasquez Mencho.
Ethan Zachary Jinks.
Allison Julissa Vasquez Ochoa.
Victoria Rose Joel.
Natalie Jocelyn Vasquez Orellana.
Isabel Paris Jolton.
Carla Johanna Vasquez Trejo.
Edgar Jordan.
Amy Isabel Vega Huamani.
Aiden Neville Jordan.
Juan Jose Velasquez Gomez.
Shayla Nimish Joshi.
William Rigoberto Verdugo Rianoso.
Shivan Nimish Joshi.
Estras Vicente Gomez.
Valencia Amani Julien.
Alexander Vicente.
Hunter James Kale.
Matthew Villegas.
Alexia Marina Kalis.
Kezia Amber Volinsky.
Bridget Emma Kondarjian.
Daniel Keith Walden.
Christopher Matthew Kay.
Connor Andrew Watson.
Patrick Charles Kenny.
Gabrielle Rose West.
Michael Joseph King.
Javon Michael White.
Emma Michelle Klein.
Jamie Catherine Woodworth.
Carrie Anthony Guaman.
Dominic Joseph Zenatellis. Cyril Jordan Young. Ava Emily Zapula. Abigail Elise Zuluaga.
All right, guys. At this time, I invite Aaron and Lucas back up to the podium.
Class of 2023, please stand. All right, you got it. Loud and clear.
Now, move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Congratulations,
Congratulations,
we've
we graduated.
graduated.